We're gonna be talking about characters who went from straight bum to legends. All right. What exactly is a bum? A bum is somebody who, anytime they come on screen, you're hoping that, okay, this is the time where they're gonna do it. You know, this is the time where he's gonna pull it off, and it disappoints you every single time. But these are the characters that transcended that bum status to become legends within their respective verses. Okay. And the first one that we're gonna be starting off with is Zenitsu. All right. Now let's be honest. I think people's opinions towards him are changing now, but before, everybody saw this man as a bum. When he started crying, ooh, people were not happy, bro. Me included. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I was like, okay, I get it. And like he was cold, but like it's only when you fall asleep. Does that really count, my guy? Like, does that really count? Like you really have to get knocked out before you can do anything. That's insanity, man. And so basically, right, while he was being a bum, he was actually charging it up till later, because the backstory on this is, under Zenitsu's master, there was another guy who used to train named Kagaku, right? And Kagaku and Zenitsu hated each other. Kagaku was like the guy who would do basically anything to survive, right? He would betray you in a second. He was not a good dude at all, okay? But Kagaku was also super unlucky, because Kagaku ran into Koku Shibo of all people. And of course everybody around there got obliterated, and so Kagaku gave up instantly and basically was like, okay, I'll become a demon. And so Kagaku becomes a demon, and once Kagaku, Zenitsu's master, finds out, his master basically commits the unaliving act, so that because he just cannot deal with like the stress of all this stuff. And so when Zenitsu finds out, obviously he's very hurt, but Kagaku really don't care. Kagaku's just happy to be alive, right? And then Kagaku, when it's time for them to fight, because this is spoilers, obviously, in the Infinity Castle arc, when Kagaku and Zenitsu fight, let me tell you, man, this is elite work right down here, right? It's nasty work what Zenitsu does, because Kagaku is trying to talk trash, right? But Zenitsu is basically just letting this man know that he is not shit, okay? Because Kagaku, for some reason, is happy to be. He's in the upper moon, but he's sixth in the upper moon only because Daki and Gyotaro were killed, and they basically, it's like in JJK where the strongest sorcerer is still available, okay? Like, strongest demon still available that they could put as an upper moon at this point, right? Because the demon slayers are closing in on them, so they needed it. And so Zenitsu is cooking him like, you seem real happy to be in sixth place, and then he did not like that one. But Zenitsu don't stop there, right? Zenitsu was cooking because he's talking about, you were not able to learn the first form, and you were able to learn all the others. So bro is just spitting fire at vitriol at this man, okay? And then when they get to fighting, man, it's not even a fight, bro. This is a beatdown. Like this is Bellamy level smackdown right here, man. Zenitsu one-shots this man. Zenitsu develops a new move. This guy was really training for him, okay? He was really a montage scene for Zenitsu. Helped this man develop a whole new move. The seventh form that Zenitsu develops, and they uses to one-shot Kagaku. This is where this man went from straight bum to achieving legend status. Our next one is going to be Lihito from King and Ashura. And if you guys have seen Lihito, right, if you see him in the anime, you look at him and you're like, bro, he did not do anything. Like, is this guy even a character for real? You probably already forgot his name. Most of y'all probably didn't even know his name. Because he has the powers where he has like these razor claws, razor fingers or some nonsense like that. Where he can like, bro can bend steel. He can like, and his fingers are like super strong. So he can like cut you just with slashing at you with his fingers. It makes no sense. Like, I don't know what on earth they were cooking with this one. but in his first fight with Oma, he gets basically beat the snot out of him, right? And after that, he literally gets like fired and has to create his own company, and then ends up fighting in the King and Ashura tournament. Which I ain't gonna lie, I respect the hustle. Like, bro was a hustler from day one, right? Starts his own, or he becomes his own CEO. I can respect that hustle, man. Nothing was stopping him. And he fights in there. I mean, obviously he does not win. Like, come on, bro. And then for a while, you know, he just kind of floating around, but then we start to see him cooking. Right? He fights against this guy named Falcon. It's one of the most entertaining fights in that whole tournament, right? His fight versus Falcon. But then even later, this is his glow up moment, all right? This is where he goes crazy. is when he fights against. Oh man. Is when he gets into this Berserker Bowl tournament, right? And he fights against Saul Payne. And we see that Lihito has gone away from just relying on his superpowers essentially this whole time, and now he's actually been learning like martial arts because he's always been so strong he never really had to learn it. And so he starts using his martial arts, and then we see this glorious panel. We're talking about 4 years. I'm like, 4 years? This guy's talking about. They're talking about how he in 4 years, like this was not no bro woke up and got these powers, okay? Nah, he had to grind for this, all right? And it says after these 4 years, he achieved enlightenment. He was now incorporating the moves that he had learned with his innate abilities. And then we see in the fight that he gets Saul Payne, because Saul Payne he uses left way, right? So he's elite striker. He's got elite headbutts. So Lihito gets this man in a chokehold, and Cosmo, the grappler, ain't even in this series no more, bro. This is the grappler of the series. And he chokes Saul Payne out, which is already a crazy feat, because Saul Payne ain't no weak guy. And then after beating Saul Payne, he goes and defeats the main character. It's crazy, bro. Just amazing. Amazing work. He cemented himself with a legend status with this right here. And then finally, we're going to have to go to Arthur from Fire Force, okay? So Arthur, why is Arthur a bum? Let me say, if you've watched Fire Force and you've seen how Arthur acts, like, bro does not, like, Arthur's power is based off of how much of reality he basically does not perceive, but how much he perceives himself to be a knight is the more powerful he gets, right? So
what do you mean by that?
If Arthur is wearing a cape and has a sword, he's more powerful because he is more like a knight. If Arthur is fighting a guy named Dragon, he gets more powerful because he is more like a knight, okay? The closer he feels to a knight, the more powerful he is. Now, I'm not even telling you. I'm not even playing with you, bro. In the final fight, there's this stupid, powerful guy named Dragon who just kind of appears. Like, the plot in Fire Force late gets so crazy, I don't even know what to tell you, man. Like, it's just insanity, okay? So, late in the plot, there's this guy named Dragon, right? And he beats the snot out of Arthur the first time around, okay? So, Arthur has to go, and I'm not even kidding you, play a video game about dragons on something called a Nintendo. And as he's playing the game, right, Vulcan is like, bro, what are you doing? But he just goes along with it. And right when Arthur gets to the final boss of the video game, he stops playing the game and he goes out there and somehow uses the Toon Force to teleport to the location to save another character in the series named Yu. And then when all this is happening, Dragon sees this, and Dragon comes and appears and is finally like, okay, you're a worthy opponent now. And so they go fight like on a volcano or something, but then they decide that fighting on Earth is too small for them. So they start fighting in space, okay? And when they're fighting in space, obviously Arthur can't breathe. Dragon can breathe, because of course Dragon can breathe, but Arthur can't breathe. And so Dragon's disappointed, like, oh, you really wasn't like that, huh? But then Arthur gains the ability to breathe in space somehow. And then, man, this is just insanity, okay? And then Dragon is even happier because Dragon wants to die since he's so ridiculously powerful. And so Arthur is now getting more powerful as the fight goes on because he's just believing himself to get more powerful. It's really insanity. And so this man ends up, to defeat a dragon, he has to literally cut the moon in half, okay? But he doesn't just cut the moon in half. He keeps going, basically destroying like the fires of Cataclysm as well too, which is just what on earth is even going on at this point. And then he looks, the dragon's body fades away, but Arthur is still here, realizing that, yeah, he's gonna die. But even after he dies, he's still telling, like, Shinra, like, it's time for the devil to become the hero. I'm like, this bro has transcended every, like, this is beyond level. Like, because, like, these guys are fighting on top of stars and stuff like this, right? Like, I don't even know what this is, man. This is just peak fiction, I guess. Like, it's just crazy work, man.
I gotta tell you.
And yeah, those are the three characters that went from straight bums to legends. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if there's any other that you want me to cover, because this is just funny to make. I'm not gonna lie to you. But all right, see you guys.